you guys were in the bar. The bartender just got sent away. The little old man that you're with sits himself down at the table that the woman had moved.
Wait, does he have a name? And I'm pretty sure, we're just leaving Donnie down there to scope things out.
No, I came after.
No,
him.
he didn't.
I did not sit down there.
Oh, okay.
The old man's name is Horrell.
Horrell?
Yeah.
Oh, Horrell.
Is that like whirlwind? Like both out the W?
It's like coral, but with a horror in front.
Horril. Horrell.
Oh, maybe not.
Okay.
Okay, so, here's the Earth. Just chillin'. Dang, that is a pretty sweet Earth, you might say.
God, what a blast from the past.
So Horrell says, My name is Horrell. And as I'm sure you've been told, I'm from Zaranth, up north, near the barrier. I was summoned to investigate all of these mysterious deaths of what appear to be the Crag. To be honest with you, I'm stumped. I don't know how they could have crossed the border, unless the barrier somehow was faulty, but we would have noticed that. The only way the barrier can be taken down is if the two amulets from the two provinces were reunited, and that would then disable the barrier. But these people seem to have been here for quite a long time. From what I've been told, many of these people have been active within their communities for years and years.
Yeah, they built entire lives.
As far back as anybody can remember.
What if they are here longer than we think, i.e. hundreds of years before the barrier went up?
Yeah, they were Crag's people who never left.
Yeah, how long can Cragsmen live?
Nobody really knows how long the Crag can live. We've been at war with them for as long as anybody can remember. I don't think there's any recorded history of how long the Crag can live. I'm sure they know how long they can live.
Well, think about it this way. I think that would have raised enough suspicion in and of itself. A bunch of people, it's like, oh, that guy's been here forever. Why isn't he getting older?
First off, you're 75. Just throwing that out there.
Second, Ladrin.
Second, what if they continued? Like, what if they had families, and one of these families were Crag? Like, what if that kid was Crag and we just didn't know?
Well,
what if someone's magic failed? What if someone we know who did a magic thing on him was Crag himself? Crag.
And now all of a sudden they're dying?
Crag.
She's like so Crag.
You brought up an interesting point. What if these people were here before the barrier went up? And once the barrier went up, they couldn't get home.
So they disguised themselves and lived normal lives. So maybe they weren't enemies after all, but...
Or they're biding their time until the barrier falls so they can go home.
I'm looking over at Catherine real smug with myself going, like, see, I figured it out. Kind of giving her an eyebrow wiggle.
I put the puzzle together.
I do the thing. Triangle goes with triangle and square goes with circle.
I put my hand on her knee.
Oh, this is going to be fucking hilarious.
This is what we're doing right now?
Catherine sort of grabs your hand and just, like, devastatingly, painfully just moves it back over to your own lap. And the entire time, she doesn't even look at you. She sort of makes eye contact with Ku-Ruk and looks him up and down again and just says,
I'll take it. I feel like this just turned into like a reverse harem.
It's like she just scorned, as she's like scorning one man, she's appreciating another.
Goddamn right.
I kind of shake off my hurting hand and I say, oh, Kathy.
Kathy.
I'm not sure whether I want to make you roll initiative or not.
Let's not antagonize our friend here.
Laryn pulls back his sleeve because he no longer has a hand.
Oh, God.
Your hand is just like a crumpled mess. Like the fingers are all just pointing in weird directions.
Oh, jeez.
The old man says, or I should say, Horrell says, I think all of you should go and try to figure out exactly what the crag may have been up to. Certainly, it's up to no good, but the question remains, what was keeping these people under their guise? What magic was this coming from the crag? I think whatever it was, certainly it's been cut off, but why?
Why did it cut off their life source?
Well, but more importantly, how do we? What is that? And what is that magic being used for now?
Where are the elven settlements located?
Oh.
Because that's where the book was elven in origin, and it
Or
explained
robots.
the purpose.
Oh, robots. We tell them about robots?
Back to Android Church.
Popbot.
I think it was explained. It was explained to Horrell how you had acquired
The book.
The book.
Okay, so it's not like weird, like, what? Robot shirt? Like, he's not blown away by that?
The elves used to inhabit exactly where we are now, many, many years ago. During the war, the Crag used their magic to destroy all of their forests. The elves' homes were all destroyed, and they were displaced south, down into the Iron Valley, where they remain today, as I'm sure you know.
Yes, of course. We all know this. Gentlemen, right?
Yep.
To the north is my home, Zaranth. There's equipment there that I would require in order to be able to run some further tests. I would appreciate an escort, and certainly the King's men here are not to be trusted. The sandwich that I had earlier was way too warm.
I agree. I would also appreciate an escort. I look over at Catherine.
It was warm.
Yes, and particularly chunky. I don't like my sandwiches chunky.
I mean, like, most sandwiches aren't in milk, so, like, it's not a concern. Like, alright, let me say this, like, a side note. Is it normal, this guy? Like, is his dietary habits normal, or are we the weird ones?
Yeah, what kind of gastronomy is going on in his bod? Is he like
Hot,
5
hot
stomachs?
Is this important for moving the story forward?
I'm just wondering if, like, we're the weird ones, where it's like, yeah, everyone
Is
eats
this good
sandwiches.
for the company? It's unimportant. He's just a weird little old man.
Okay.
The answer to that question is always yes. Are we the weird ones?
Yes. Wait, let me shoot you in the leg real quick, then we'll answer that
I
question.
think my wife
So-
has proven the
so-
answer to that is true.
The old man at this point has sort of meandered over and made himself a drink, and basically he's just sort of taken all of these really weird looking bottles in like different shapes with like creatures and things sort of the bottles are like in the shape of like serpents and like weird sort of not the shape you'd normally expect from bottles, and he's mixing this drink, and he pulls out like some weird looking peppers and puts them in this big glass, and he starts sipping it, and you just see sweat start to bead on his forehead. Now that's a stiff drink. Why don't you folks accompany me back to my home in Zaranth? We'll tell the general that we're going to do some more investigation. Clearly, there's not much here. I think the answer to this lies somewhere along the border, along the barrier.
I'm coming with you, but do we need to bring the mass amount of cubes they showed us, or is that irrelevant?
Cubes.
I think we should bring the cubes. It's something I feel we should confiscate.
I think we should each at least have one.
Well, definitely, at the very least. I'm not sure if we should bring the army of cubes like the ones that they just showed us, but what do you think? I forget your name already.
Horrell.
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 Well, I'm a collector. I appreciate magical tokens such as this one. I have 15 of them myself. They're very beautiful. Got to catch them all.
All right,
What's
well
up?
then, let's confiscate those and bring them with. I mean, not it, carrying it.
Not it.
Yeah, I'm the strongest anyway. I'll carry it.
All right, so I'm just imagining Ku-Ruk with like, wow, voice transition. I'm just imagining Ku-Ruk with like a big big
Santa Claus. Yeah, Santa
thing
Claus. A
of
Sandy
cubes.
Claus sack.
Horror looks over at Catherine and he says, "Dear, but have them prepare the wagon. Tell them we're heading north. and she just like looks over at the guards that are near the entrance to the bar, and they just sort of nod and go outside. And he says, "Do you have all of your belongings?"
All the ones I care about.
Oh yeah, we got the book back. So yeah.
Da'ani, do you have all your stuff?
Yeah, I have all my stuff.
Okay, we'll say that you took all your bits and pieces and your gentleman's strings with you and left the barracks. So you sort of follow Horrell out into the street, and the guards pull up with a horse-drawn wagon. And it's fairly small, and Catherine sits down in the front seat, and she sort of like reaches down and picks up Horrell. He says, mind the hair, and she sets him down sort of in the passenger seat of the wagon. She sort of gestures to you to get into the back.
Okay.
Is there like a cover to the wagon, or is it just like an open?
It's open. It's
Okay.
open. It's sort of it's got like walls, but if you're sitting down, there may be only 3 feet high. So Ku-Ruk can sort of see over the top sitting down, but nobody else can.
Can I like sit right behind Catherine and like play with her hair, like while she's driving?
Oh god, she's driving.
I assume so.
Yeah, she's driving.
Okay, I was gonna try to sit shotgun, but there's no point.
I sit facing
Horrell's up
forward,
there.
like in the very back, like with my back against the back gate or whatever.
Yeah, I'm next to Donnie.
Horrell looks over at the guards and says, "We're headed off to my lab. Tell the general that if he needs me, I'll be up in Zarenth again." And they sort of like look at each other and shrug. Catherine sort of like cracks the reins, and you guys sort of start taking off towards the north end of the city. You pass all of the shops that you saw earlier.
Can
And
I
Yeah?
ask Horrell something?
No, you can't.
Oh,
No,
damn
go for it.
No, I just wanted to say, so
Horrell, are you the only person of your order? Like, why did this city contact you to come investigate this? Are you part of an organization, or are you just like the go-to guy?
Well, I guess I'm really the only person that knows very much about the crag. These days, I'm sort of the last of my kind. I'm very old.
Fair enough. Just curious. On we go.
So as you guys are sort of leaving the city, a drawbridge comes down and the wagon passes over it. The guards sort of nod to Catherine, and Horrell looks up and thinks, and he says, "Back in my day, we were required to participate in the war, but as you might imagine, I was a bit weak, and small."
Is this a flashback?
It's not a flashback. He says, I was a bit of a bookworm. I studied the crag. I studied the dead. I helped collect them and catalog them and increase our knowledge about them. I have a very vast knowledge of their ways and culture. You guys travel north out of the city. You've left and it's very early still. It's maybe 7 o'clock when you leave the city gates.
AM?
AM, yeah. And you start traveling north, and the city disappears into the distance behind you. As you lose sight of the city, you start to hear the same rumbling coming from the north that you heard previously after you encountered the Clockwork Church. Catherine sort of like makes a sort of a nerved sigh, like, And Horrell says, ooh, these guys again. Can we try and catch one this time? The last one got away. And Catherine sort of like looks down at him, just frustrated that she has to put up with him. And in the distance, you can see these sort of boxes and they're sliding around. And the way they're moving is they sort of lurch forward and then stop, and then lurch forward and then stop. Or at least Ku-Ruk can see this. Do you guys peek up and look?
If he tells us.
Or like makes, I don't know if they, I want to see what they're looking at, so I guess I check it out.
I guess I just sit down and wait until someone says it's worth looking at.
So,
Meh. I mean, it's all right. It's not great.
it's just these boxes that are sort of shuffling around. And Horrell says, let's go see one up close. These are fun. We'll have a fun time. So as you approach, you see that they're sort of jelly-like. They're these big, slimy cubes, and they're sliding around. Horrell says, "Don't worry, they're mostly harmless. They only attack very rarely, and only when they can smell alcohol."
Oh, God.
Let's not approach them. Horrell, my dear Horrell. I think one of us might have some booze on us. That, or they might smell it on our breath. Our best bet is to just pretend like we didn't see these Jello cubes. We have enough cubes in our life. Let's.
Well, it's getting to be about noon. It's almost lunchtime, so we have to stop soon anyway. Catherine, did you bring any more sandwiches and milk? And she sort of turns around, she reaches behind her, and then next to Ku-Ruk there's like a sack, and she sort of pulls back the opening of the sack, and inside of it is just like all of these sort of like mushed up, pureed sandwiches.
Jump to the other side of the wagon.
Yeah,
Just like, yeah.
why don't you roll that reflex check that you rolled earlier?
God damn it! I can't do anything in this. I keep getting checks.
You could, I mean, the DM could roll a d20, and then if it beats your reflex, defense.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll roll something.
Yeah, reflex is a defense.
Or not even reflex, like, I guess would it be fortitude or will?
Fortitude. So you didn't do it. You didn't make that check. So you sort of feel your stomach rumbling. I rolled a 16.
I thought it was for my movement.
No, yeah. I rolled a 16. You sort of lean over the side of the wagon, and you just start puking your guts up. You've seen enough of this soggy sandwich mess.
As I see Ku-Ruk about to lose his shit and start yakking it, I whip out the void bag and catch it all.
Oh, why?
Oh, God.
Why?
No, I'm catching your puke in the void bag.
Why? It's going in the grass.
The void bag makes it not exist.
Yeah, but it can be perfectly fine. Whatever. All right.
I guess
I'm gonna use the hell out of this void bag. Just letting you know.
Do you wanna roll a d20 to see whether you catch his puke? A dex check.
Maybe not, I guess. But all right, hold on.
Yeah, roll a dex check.
Oh wait.
And so I add my dexterity or whatever. So 6 collectively.
6 total.
I just watched this like whole thing, just
Yes.
So
this comedy of errors.
you see Ku-Ruk lean over and start dry heaving off the side, and you think to yourself, "Oh man, I'm gonna try and catch this."
Oh man, I'm gonna put my hands near his mouth.
Big teethy mouth.
Yeah.
I wasn't going towards his mouth, but okay.
Well, where do you think throw up comes from?
No, I was gonna like catch it more like away from your mouth, but regardless.
So you go to sort of like stand behind him and put the void bag in front of his face, but you don't really get there in time, and so the puke just sort of splashes all over the side of the void bag and like all over your hands, and the void bag catches a little bit of it, but like it's all over the place, and that's on you. And you start shaking off your hands, and there's just puke on everything. Catherine is just sighing deeply, and Horal's like, "Oh, dessert!" And Ku-Ruk just starts heaving even.
As this happens, I grab the milk and like try to rinse off my hand.
I'm just laughing.
Ku-Ruk is just like Mr. Creosote from Monty Python hanging over the side of the wagon.
It's like that screaming vomit. Just
Yeah, exactly. And what you notice, you realize that the feeling of the noise has disappeared. All of the rumbling that you were hearing earlier has completely stopped.
And where are the cube gelatin?
So the cubes are around you in all directions, but they're a few hundred yards away.
Well, I still think we have alcohol on us. One of us does, I'm assuming. So I don't think we should approach them. And enough goofing around. And I lost all of my appetite after Horal started chowing down. So I just say,
What the hell? What are we doing next? Where are we going? I don't think we should fuck with these cubes, but what do you think?
Catherine says, I think it might be a bit too late for that. And
are they coming for my puke?
as she says that, you hear the low rumble start, and you see two of the cubes start rapidly approaching. Catherine says, okay, nobody make any sudden movements. Everybody go, get a partner, and slowly make your way away from the wagon.
I pick Donnie as my partner.
Yes.
Catherine just sort of like grabs Horal by the scruff of the neck.
Oh, fuck.
And slowly starts to get out of the side of the wagon.
Fuck.
Oh, I guess there's an odd number of people right there.
The camera just pans to Ku-Ruk. And just Eric Cameron's All By Myself starts playing. By myself. Don't wanna be
don't worry.
by myself.
Did you
One
think?
of your,
Do you think
one of
maybe
your-
that this odd number is on purpose?
No, your companion could be the cube.
I mean, if he
Just
likes
kidding.
my vomit, and we just
Is it so I can like leave?
Yeah, well, that was the plan.
Yeah,
Oh,
I figured that's why
okay.
it was the odd number with pairs.
So,
I
you...
choose Ku-Ruk as my partner.
What a coincidence! That's who I choose.
As all of this sort of transpires and everybody's sort of backing slowly away, Laryn and Ku-Ruk sort of going off to the left side of the cart, Horal and Catherine sort of going into the front of the cart, and Da'ani sort of backing up to the back right of the cart. You start to hear more rumbling, and it's much, much louder. And at that moment, the ground starts to rupture around the cart, and you see a cube start to emerge from the ground directly underneath the cart, and the cart starts to sort of sink down into it as it gets pushed off the ground, and the dirt around it sort of gets just... It's like something like drilling up out of the ground, except it's a big slimy cube, and it's just digesting the wagon as it goes into it.
Does anybody else seem to think that our DM has some kind of cube fetish?
He loves Minecraft.
they're
Tons
perfect.
of them.
I mean,
They're a
there
perfect
was
shape.
the cubes that you guys found. There's the slime cubes. What other cubes were there?
I don't know, too many
Too many
cubes.
cubes,
Continue,
okay.
I'm
I
sorry.
feel like there was another one.
There might have been another one. I mean, cubes are a fairly common shape.
Yeah, universal.
They're building
Yeah,
blocks.
building blocks of the universe. As this happens, why don't you all roll dungeoneering check? I think dungeoneering.
Oh crap!
Ooh.
I was hoping you were gonna say a D6.
The one
It's
I
also
have
a cube.
a 1 in.
What did you guys roll?
Hold on. With my thing, it's a 5.
13.
I have no modifier, and it's a 17. Ha-cha-cha.
Alright, I'm gonna roll for each of you. Okay, so... Oh, and I'm gonna roll for...
I don't like how many rolls he's doing.
So, Catherine and Horrell see this, and they back away very quickly. Catherine says, everybody stay back! And as this happens, Ku-Ruk and Laryn start to walk backwards, and they both trip into sort of a pit, like a ravine. It's sort of like a... It's not a pit like a big open hole. It's sort of covered with grasses and stuff. Almost like a trap, but not intentionally laid. It's just... it's very difficult to see it because of the way the ground is sort of fallen away. And while you're in this pit, you just hear, "Whoa!" And it's Da'ani's voice. And he is also apparently
Whoa.
fallen into something. Dun, dun, dun.
So we've all fallen in pits.
You've all fallen in pits except for Catherine and Horrell. Who are up there just watching in horror and annoyance.
Horror.
Watching in horror
Sorry.
and annoyance, yeah. All right, AJ, you have to get going. Have yourself a little nap.
Yep.
Night, night.
Oh, that's why.
Bye.
See ya.
Later, bro.
So you guys are in this pit, and you land on your asses, and it knocks the wind out of you, and you can hear the rumbling up above, and you hear some crashing and thrashing and snapping and sloshing and splotching and all manner of
Adverbs.
cube noises and squelching noises from the sliminess, and you hear Horrell say, "Oh no!" And yeah, so now you're underground. You're maybe like 25 feet underground.
Huh.
What is around us?
So you look around.
It's just like,
First, can we see?
is it a pit?
Yeah, there's a little bit of light. It's pretty dark, but you can see that you're in sort of a tunnel, and it's perfectly square on the sides. At the very top, you can see where you fell in, and it's sort of the very flat roof of this tunnel just sort of sliced the tip of the ground. And so it's sort of made a very concealed sort of ravine that you've fallen into. But it's a big square tunnel.
Is there any way of climbing it?
You try and climb, but the walls are made out of dirt, and it sort of collapses a little bit as you try and climb it. So you'd think there's probably a better way out.
Well, we got the sun rods. They're
Yeah,
like,
but they just are like kind of like
they're like a torch we can like see with them.
Exactly.
Because I don't have any special vision.
So the
think
tunnel
we'll go
obviously
light.
has two exits, one to the left and one to the right, because it's a tunnel.
Let's go. I mean,
left.
yeah, there's no real way that would be closer to Catherine and Horrell, so yeah, I guess left.
You're heading away from the light, so it's only this sort of thin strip. So are you going to use a sun rod, or do you have something else that can sort of produce light?
Well, we each have a sun rod, and
Two sun rods.
I think I personally can see in the dark. Hold on, let me double check that.
Yeah, I think you have low light vision.
Nope, I guess one of us is gonna have to use a sun rod. Who is it?
I'll
Me or
break-
you?
I'll break
Okay.
one out. Can I tie my sun rod to my tail? Just be like, look at me, I'm Charmander. Sorry, that's just immediately what I thought.
If you really want to.
No, I don't.
So, you guys had left. You come to... It's like an intersection, but it's not really... It's not really an intersection. Like, it wasn't made intentionally, right? Like, it looks like two of these cubes were digging, but their paths just intersected. And so it's not like a clean, flat floor. It's like it dips down into the lower one, and then it comes back up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yep.
so I turn on my turn signal,
All right.
come to a complete stop.
And what direction do you guys head? You can go forward, you can go right, you can go left.
Do we have an idea which way Donnie might have fallen? Like, do we still have like our grounding, or are we just completely...
Yeah, he
Instinct?
sort of fell back into the right of you.
I was gonna say, instinctively, I'm thinking we just took a left. Let's now go right. Otherwise, we're gonna start going in circles. I mean, we could go straight, but I'm thinking right.
All right.
Yeah, it's good enough for me.
So you go to the right, and I'm going to need both of you to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
9. Oh, initiative +5. So mine would be 14.
Yeah, I got garbage decks, so I have 3. Yay.
So you guys, as you turn the corner to the right, you see something fairly small. It's on the ground in front of you. Sort of shine your sunrod in its direction. It jumps at you, and you immediately see that it's a rat.
Oh.
It goes first, and
Wait, it's attacking us?
yeah, it's attacking you.
Ballsy
It
little
is a
fella.
ballsy little fellow.
Attacking.
And it attempts to bite Ku-Ruk because Ku has the light. So Ku, it tries to bite you. What's your AC?
14.
It doesn't hit.
I just like size up, just... Oh.
Yeah,
Look
it
at
tries to bite you. It just does not hit at all. So next in the order is Laryn.
Okay, I'm going to draw my longsword and strike the rat. 5.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh,
Wow.
Really?
Holy goodness. Okay. There it is. +3 is 9.
Yeah, you just obliterate it. You slice it in half. As the rat dies and he sort of makes his final little ee.
Tell my family I love them.
Yeah, he sort of makes like a little death squeal, and you see 4 more rats come around. One of them comes from the tunnel that was straight ahead. 2 of them come from the tunnel to the left, and another one comes from the direction that rat came from.
I yell at all of them.
He started it.
I'm just happy they're not turtles. Could I step back into the tunnel we came from, the tunnel that doesn't have rats, and try and group them all together, like, into one...
Stream.
in one tunnel, like, one spot, so they're not, like, surrounding us?
Okay, yeah.
And then I will... If I step back, would Laryn still be in front of me? Like...
Yeah, I was gonna say, am I even capable of following? Because I would just kind of
Laryn is
follow and
already
see.
behind you because you have the sunrod.
Okay, got it.
Okay. And I was going to do my Dragon Breath, which is like a cone shape attack that can attack multiple targets.
Why don't you roll?
So it would be an 8 versus a reflex.
8 versus the reflex. All right, yeah, that hits.
Oh, okay. So that's 1d6.
Okay, so you're gonna roll damage for each one then.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
So first guy takes 1. Second guy takes 2. That's gonna be fun. Third guy takes 6. And the fourth guy takes 6.
All right. The
Acid breath.
last 3 of them all just die in a horrible, nasty dragon breath, and the last one is very much bloodied.
Yeah.
Apparently, they only have 2 HP, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna just attack the remaining one. And I rolled.
You roll +3 because you're proficient.
Oh, okay. Well, +3 then it'd be 12.
Okay, yeah, you hit.
Or I have to roll damage.
Yeah,
right?
1d8
But I'm
damage.
I'm positive it's more than one.
Yeah, if they only have 2 health and the guy only has 1 left. You roll 0 somehow. What?
Yeah, I rolled the ones,
Yeah.
ironically.
All right, yeah, it's dead. And
Yay.
as that last rat dies,
God, more rats.
you hear from the tunnel that you were going to go down sort of a more nefarious sort of squeaking noise. It's Big Mama Rat. Big Mama Rat goes down the tunnel at you and is going to again go for Ku because Ku has the Sunrod. What's your AC, Ku?
14.
Okay. God damn it, it doesn't hit. All right, and so then it is your turn, Ku.
Okay. I want to use Great Cleave, and it's with my Great Axe, so I get...
Whoa. Did it hit? What's your...
16.
16...
It's with my Strength modifier, and then I have the weapon expertise, so I get a +1 with that as well, so it's a 20
Oh, okay, then yeah, it hits.
total.
All right.
Yes. And it is... +1 damage for every enemy. 7.
Okay. It is bloodied.
Yeah.
Laryn, your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna continue to attack with the longsword, and I rolled the 14 plus 3, 17.
Okay, yeah, that hits.
Okay, rolling damage. 5.
Yeah, that kills it.
Yay!
Yeah, that went a lot more smoothly than I thought it would go.
Just stuffed my blade into his heart.
Because I'm a stud.
I tried to pick a thing that would give you guys at least a little bit of a challenge, but it didn't seem to work at all.
Where's Papa Rat?
There's no Papa Rat.
Don't,
I know, I was kidding.
Don't encourage him. Don't
She's a strong, independent Mama Rat, and she don't need no Papa Rat.
Papa Rat.
Yeah, well, now she don't got anything.
She don't got no
She ain't got
family rats. You guys are in this tunnel, and there's just a smattering of dead rats around you. And you're about to go down the tunnel to the right. Is that what you're still going to be doing?
Yeah, might as well carry on.
All right.
Yeah, I've just killed everything in there.
All right, so you head down there, and there's just big gobs of slime, like big goopy blobs of... Don't even start. I'm not putting it in.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting
I'm not putting
for
it in. It's not going to happen.
You said it.
You said it. Yeah, big, just like somebody went and made like just a big old kettle of Jello and just dumped it out on the floor, and it's just oozing everywhere.
Is this sentient slime like the ones we saw, or is this just like...
No, it's just like it looks
waste
like
product?
like leftover,
Gotcha.
like a snake skin, but for a big cube.
Oh, it's like the pudding skin you get if you leave out
Yeah,
pudding.
yeah, it's all gross. You get to the end of this tunnel. It goes straight up above you, and there's sort of a hole coming down. You can see a little bit of light. You think maybe you're a little bit deeper than you thought you were because the surface looks like it's a little bit further away. But what you see is that sort of at the bottom of this hole, there is the remnants of a wagon, and it looks like the wagon may have like fallen down this hole unintentionally. There's some horse bones, and it's just a big wreck. Like it looks like somebody just dropped a wagon down a well.
Well, what do we have here? Can we loot the wagon, see what's in there?
Yeah, might as well loot it. It was your idea.
Loot.
All right, you go through it, and it's mostly just a lot of crap. Why don't you roll a?
Can I intimidate the wagon to give me better loot? Give me your
Why don't you
shit.
just roll a perception check for me, both of you?
Okay.
Yeah, I got no modifiers, so... 2. Jeez.
Perception, I'm looking at +1. It's a 13.
All right. Well, Ku realizes that this wagon has wheels, and he's just really impressed by that.
I think these bones came from an animal.
Laryn, you dig through and you find a little wooden box. It's sort of a long, flat box, and it's got a wooden lid. It's very shoddily made. It doesn't look like it contains anything fancy. And on the sides, it's got like little rope handles. And when you open the lid, inside there's some straw, and there's 3 glass bottles, and there's a 4th one, but it's shattered. And the 3 glass bottles each contain a different colored liquid. There's one with a yellow liquid, there's one with an orange liquid, and there's one with a deep purple, like almost indigo liquid.
I drink the one that's purple and indigo.
Alright, just throwing it out here right now. Don't approve of this at all. It's a terrible idea.
You drink the indigo drink. Are you sure you want to do this?
All right, you're convincing me. I pretend to the guys like I do a gesture like gulp gulp, but I don't actually drink it. And then I'm like, haha, it was a ruse.
To the guys, so it's just Ku.
Yes, as in yeah.
He
and
drank,
my imaginary friend that nobody knows about.
Yeah, he drank it already and he's hallucinating.
All right.
Come on, Donnie. And I'm just like, who's Donnie?
I don't know why, but
I'll
you're
lick
the
it.
one that seems to be ending up with literally all of the loot. You don't share any of it.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's fine.
Well, I think...
I was planning on sharing it some of it eventually, but we'll see how I'm feeling when that time
we'll
comes.
see how I'm feeling.
Okay, so we looted this cart, we gathered some vials, and now I guess we continue on down our cube path?
Yeah,
or
you
something
sort of
else that's
reached
happening?
the end of the tunnel that you were in. So you can go back and you can go straight, which would be previously be the left tunnel. You can go left, which would be the tunnel that you came down. Or you can go right, which is the original straight.
Yeah, I'm going the original straight. Or I at least ask Ku, does this seem right? Well, it's actually to our right, so right is right.
I roll for initiative and take out my great axe.
Oh, God.
Immediately turn on him. No, yeah. I'll just go right and keep going that way.
All right. So you guys head down what was originally the straightaway, and you're met with a big drop off.
Ooh.
You very nearly sort of make your walk right off the edge, and you whoa, and there's like little bits of rock that sort of fall down, and it's very dark and you can't really see the bottom.
I imagine we do like the Wile E. Coyote, like we just walk on like thin air, and then once we look down, that's when gravity takes effect. Then we do the and run back.
Yeah,
to the cliff.
I'm not gonna have you walk off a cliff though. You'll be okay.
Okay, here's my reaction to finding said cliff. I'm assuming we'll be able to purchase more sun rods, I hope, but I'm going to whip out a sun rod and toss it off the cliff to see if I can see
Did you light it first?
a bottom.
Roll to see whether you lit it.
No, I didn't know they like needed to be ignited. Like AJ's cracking them over his knee. or
They
whatever.
only last
It's a
4
glow
hours,
stick.
so you gotta turn them on.
Okay, well.
All right, so
okay, sure. I crack this glow stick and toss it.
You throw it, and it goes down a ways, and it goes down about 100 feet.
But we see
Alright.
it hit, like we see
Yeah,
it
you see
stop.
it stop. You see it at the bottom, and it's about 100 feet down. It lands in a little bit of water.
Okay, any motion down there or nothing?
It's hard to see because it's about 100 feet straight down.
Okay.
But yeah, it just stops, and you can tell that it's in water because you heard it splash.
Huh.
Well, I don't think we're supposed to go that way.
Nope. Back we go.
All right, so you're back at this crossroads. You can go right, which is the original left.
The original left.
You can go straight, which is towards the chasm that you fell down to end up in this place.
I say we go left.
Back towards
Again.
the wagon.
No. No,
Yes.
No, wait,
For no real reason.
Ku,
I know.
just follow me.
Yes.
This is the only option we haven't exhausted, so let's see where this leads.
Well, we could have gone left from the beginning or right from the beginning. So
Well, I
there's
could
still.
have pushed you off the cliff, so...
Oh. All right. I see how it is. So yeah, we go right.
All right.
The original left.
You go the original left. All right, so you're just following the right wall now. All right, so you head down this way, and you keep going straight, and you're going straight, and you're walking for maybe 5-10 minutes, and you see a light at the end of the tunnel. You
Oh god, we're dead.
keep walking, and you're outside.
Oh.
You have emerged from the side of some sort of hillock, and you can see that the tunnel sort of ends, and like all the grass is just sort of dug up as wherever this big cube slime worm went, just kept going straight. So now you're on the side of this hill.
Say we climb up top, see if we can see any familiar ground, or if we can see Horrell or Catherine.
All right. So you climb up back, like on top of the tunnel that you just came out of.
Yep.
And you can see sort of a cluster of cube worms, but they're maybe 400 yards away. It's pretty far. You've gone almost a mile.
Does that look like where we were?
Yeah, that looks like where you were. You can tell there's like a cluster of them. And it's really hard to see anything people-sized. Unless you have some way of seeing further. I don't think you do, but if you do.
Unless one of these potions give you special eagle eyes.
I was thinking that, or even they can maybe do some kind of levitation and get us out back to where we were. But I'm not sure if we should waste these potions or even test them.
But it would be fun.
It
Yeah.
would be.
All right, what colors were they?
Indigo.
All right, I take
orange,
I take the
yellow.
orange one out,
You say,
and I
eeny,
drop
meeny,
a
miny,
drop of
mo.
it.
Catch it, take it.
A drop of the orange one on my tongue to see if I get any mini effect or any kind of understanding. Or wait, can we do Arcana checks and like, does that help at all?
Oh, you.
Um.
Can
yeah.
I do an arcana check?
Yeah.
I have -1.
Oh, I have a 5, so I mean it could help.
I'm doing.
Why don't you guys both run Arcana checks?
All right, I'll do it all as
17.
purple.
Rather.
I got a 17.
All right, I got an 18.
Okay, so Laryn looks at the yellow potion. The yellow potion is obviously magical, and it is some sort of illusion magic. You can't tell exactly what type of potion this is, but you can tell that it's magical, and it is an illusion.
Okay.
Wait, the potion's an illusion? Is that right
It's illusion magic. Some sort of illusion magic.
Gotcha. All right, so that one I don't think is going to help us in this instance, but at least we have some information on it.
Yep.
Did you learn anything from your check?
I got a 17, so
So,
maybe I've seen this before.
which one are you interested in? The orange or the indigo?
Indigo.
Why don't let me roll a d20.
Uh-oh. It comes to life and it's slime and it eats us.
You take a good hard look at the indigo potion, and you know your beverages.
Yeah, I do.
And you can tell this one is a transmutation potion of some variety, but you can't tell what type of transmutation magic it is, or transmogrification. So it's something. It's transformative.
Okay, do I need to roll again to check the orange one?
Yeah,
or
you can
no?
roll again to check the orange one.
Theoretically, the transmutation one could help, but it's too much of a gamble.
A 9. You know what? It's
Make it up.
it's Sunny D.
It's Sunny Delight. This is actually just a big bottle of Tang. Somebody mixed up some Tang long ago. They thought they were going to have a great, refreshing snack as part of their balanced breakfast. No, this...
The astronauts drink it. And I say, what's an
The
astronaut?
joke is it's labeled Sunkist.
This,
All right, no, continue.
This potion is probably the most powerful of them. But
Ooh.
you can't really tell what it does specifically, but it is some sort of enhancing magic. It's magic that enhances.
I guess we either go back that direction via the tunnels or above ground. And do we really want to approach the cubes and kind of try to find Horrell and Catherine, or do you think we should just carry on to Xanthrin?
I mean, I definitely think we shouldn't try and find them again. But yeah, if we go back, I still have, I believe, beer and wine on me. So they might get angry.
We should stay on the outskirts then and not approach the cube worms.
Yeah, if we can stay, like, as far away without, like, aggroing them.
Well, how about this? I'll get in close and see if I can find Donnie and or Horrell and Catherine.
What if we get close, I can throw it and try to, like, distract them, like, lure them away?
That's a pretty good plan.
Okay, so we'll go in, and if they start approaching us like we think they're going to attack, I'll try and throw the bait away. As much as I hate losing a flask of
You'd
precious
be down
liquid.
to 4 flasks.
If I threw both of them away, I'd be down to 3. Because I got beer and wine.
You guys start heading back towards where you believe the wagon was. Why don't you both roll dexterity?
Uh-oh.
So plus my dex,
8.
I'm just making sure you don't critical miss.
then I had a 23.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah, so you both make your way back.
I trip and fall back down the
Yeah,
hole.
you sort of navigate your way around the holes that are littered across the ground. And as you get closer to where you assume the wagon to be, you see just this big pile of slimes. You see one slime, and you see like a wagon wheel sticking out of one side of it. The horses have fortunately managed to get away, and they're sort of like standing off to the side, freaking out. You see Catherine and Horrell standing off to the side and near the horses, watching this take place. And Horrell is talking to Catherine, saying things like, I'll bet you 5 gold the big one crushes the smaller one. And Catherine said, now's really not the time for betting.
He's not wrong. He was pretty close. We almost did.
Wait, am I in earshot of that?
Yeah, they haven't seen you guys.
I scream,
You're on!
And then I crush him.
And Horrell turns around.
I'm just taking the bet.
A betting man. And the larger slime with the wagon wheel sticking out of it, it's very sort of off kilter. It topples over from being too like top heavy on that side, and it lands on the smaller cube worm slime, and it just splatters it, and slime and guts and all sorts of gross stuff just sort of not gush out, but like you'd expect if you sort of cut open a water balloon, and it just splats out.
Ew.
I believe you owe me
Water
5
balloon.
gold.
Oh, they were talking about the slime.
Yeah, fair enough.
I toss him 5 gold.
Oh, I thought he was talking about us, and he was betting I would crush you.
No.
Oh no, I knew what he was betting on.
Oh. Because, I mean, I was going to crush you if it was for 5 gold.
So you guys walk up to them. They say, "Where's Deani?"
Uh-huh. They just shrug the shoulders and just, meh.
I thought he was with you guys.
Didn't we say to pair up?
Yeah, buddy system. They hold up Laryn's hand.
Well,
Buddy system.
who paired up with Donnie? There's nobody else.
Buddy system.
And Horrell sort of looks up at Catherine, and Catherine says, "Well, We'll have to get to work then.
Buddy system.
Everybody, thanks so much for listening. That was episode 5. I'd like to thank the host this week. It was myself, Doug, AJ, and Bren. Our cover art was done by Ian McAfee. Our theme music was composed and assembled by The Smell of Fresh Laundry, Josh Stitt. Distribution was powered by the fine podcasting software at pinecast.com. If you have a moment, click on the link in the episode description and leave us feedback about how we did, what's going on, tell us what you think. If you're not already subscribed, you can find Almost Better Than Dragons and all of the other shows in the Almost Better network at almostbetter.net. Also, if you have a moment, go ahead and leave us a rating or a review on iTunes. It really does make a difference. And if you take those 2 or 3 minutes to just go in and click around and say, these guys were terrible, even a little bit helps. We really do appreciate it. Our next episode is going to be going out December 12th. So look forward to that. And then afterwards, we're going to take a brief break for the Christmas holiday, and we'll be back with you in January. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.